Alrighty, so I never thought that I was going to do a review for the last game of the Leeds Cup group stage action, but here we are, as apparently the last game that we have between Toluca versus Colorado Rapids actually had a weather delay, and it seemed like both defense decided that, yeah, the game is already too long enough. We're basically going to just check out after the 85 minutes because there was no defense that was found in the last 5 minutes of this game, and it also doesn't help the fact that the resort was really well and truly set stone by the time we get to that point. But as I said, despite the fact that the game was kicked off at 9:42 p.m. Due to inclement weather, there was still a good sizable crowd. I mean, I would say about 60% of the stadium was still full, and for a Monday night, that obviously is great. Now you're thinking, well, how great to see that the Colorado Rapids faithful were very loyal to their teams and staying until the very end. And then you realize, yeah, that's not the case because it turns out 98% inside the stadium was clearly wearing red and they were clearly Toluca fans. And you kind of understand why the stadium was still relatively full. And keep in mind, it was still raining when this game was resumed. So, yeah, you can clearly see that those Toluca fans, they were very dedicated and rightfully so because for a lot of them, they probably travel a long way to see their team play. Not just in those Toluca fans based in Mexico, but mostly from the Toluca fans around the country. They probably travel a long way to see their team. So yeah, they're not going to let rain and a little weather delay is going to put them off in terms of staying to watch their team play. Now, in the ninth minute, though, Gutman did have Colorado first opportunity, but he missed wide there. And then Volpe denying Bassett from close range. I think it's a promising start for Colorado. I think the Rapids, they definitely came out of the delay the stronger side. Galvan would put it wide from close range, but then I thought Toluca started to get into this game. Like they started to kind of grow into this one as it was kind of a little bit of a slow start for them. Galvan did blast it high from long range, and then Morales looked like he scored the opening goal for Toluca. The problem was the flag did not agree with him. The goal was disallowed for offside. The Ole chant was definitely ringing out because, again, when you have a crowd that was pretty much dominated by Mexican fans and from Toluca fans, you're going to have the Ole chant rained out. Yarborough would then deny Raul from close range, and then in the 44th minute, Raul would score. He scored here from Garcia to make it 1-0 in favor of Toluca. It was a great goal there from the Toluca attacker, Pedro Raul, and yeah, that gives Toluca a 1-0 lead. Now, heading into the second half, Yarborough would deny Ruiz from close range before Gutman would hit one right to Volpe, but there was really not much that happened despite both teams kind of exchanged chances. And again, in a game where it was kind of wellly decided, even if Colorado was going to come back, it would have been something they would have had a monumental comeback in order to move on. It felt like it was just kind of garbage time as the game goes along. Though that being said, in the 76th minute, Toluca would make it 2-0 as Lopez would score from Pinillas to give Toluca a 2-0 lead. And it feels like Colorado kind of got a taste of their own medicine. I mean, we know this is a Rapids team that is very lethal in terms of scoring on set pieces. But in that play, they basically got a taste of their own medicine of not doing a very good job in terms of defending pieces. And by the way, I talked about both defense kind of stop playing. I would say that's kind of the same thing for the Rapids, especially after the 75th minute, where that defense basically checked out. Though, that being said, late in this game, a penalty was given to Colorado as Cabral was actually brought down by Venegas in the box there, which Rubio steps up and he slots home the penalty to give the Rapids a goal back. Oh, there was not really a lot of celebration. I mean, that just shows you how it was basically a home game for Toluca in this one. And speaking of Toluca, they would score again just 1 minute later as Angulo would score from Meneses to make it 3-1 in favor of Toluca. And I just wrote, can't tell if we actually reached the Leeds Cup after dark moment or both defense simply checked out after minutes 85. I think maybe it's a combination of both because, by then we already reached about 11:30 the local time. So yeah, when we get to the wee hour of the Leeds Cup, crazy thing has happened and feels like, right now we have both team exchange goals, and defense decided to just simply checked out and not defend whatsoever, and that continued even into the 6 minute of stoppage time. And this time it's a penalty for Toluca as Bombito fought down Isia in the box there, and Gerardo would scores the penalty to make it 4-1 in favor of Toluca and kind of really flatter the score line a little bit, because I think when you look at this game, it was never a game that looks like it was going to be 4-1. And again, really the goals came in late, mainly because I'm sure both defense didn't really want to be there after it's like 11:30 at night. Uh, in this game. But that being said, in the end, Toluca does win 4-1 in this one. Shots in this one. Colorado actually outshot Toluca in this one. 15 shots compared to 12 that Toluca has, but Toluca had more shots on goal, 6 of them compared to the 3 that the Rapids had. 8 shots off target for the 2 that Toluca has. Both teams had 4 shots that was blocked. And possession-wise, 63% possession compared to 37% possession the Colorado Rapids has in this game. So, yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the Leeds Cup group stage action. We are now going to get ready for the start of the knockout round. This is where things are going to be thick and fast coming in. We got games happening on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I believe there's also going to be games for the round of 16 on Monday. There's no weekend games though. That's in terms of Leeds Cup, which I feel like that's a huge missed opportunity for the Leeds Cup. I mean, I get it. You know, these midweek games in the Leeds Cup has been well attended. Well, actually, depending on who, of course, is playing. If it's a big league MX team against an MLS team, then yeah, those draw huge attendance. But when it comes to a MLS team facing against a league MX team that doesn't really is well known, that's when we've seen some attendance issue, and that's kind of what we thought it was going to be the case. But again, I feel like it was a missed opportunity for them to have it during the weekend. But nevertheless, I mean, this is where we get to the good stuff. This is where I know right now in the group stage there's a lot to kind of talk about, which is why I'm going to make a video tomorrow talking about what I've learned so far in this League Cup tournament. And then not to mention, I will also do a video do my prediction of who is actually going to win this Leagues Cup, because yeah, we're getting to the good part of the Leagues Cup where it is knockout stage. It's pretty much do or die situation, and that I expect there's going to be some more chaos. Like if you thought there was chaos in the group stage action, wait until when we get to the knockout round, and how there's going to be even more chaos that I expect to show of what has really been a very entertaining tournament. Like I've said before that this tournament is very similar to the MLS's back tournament in 2020, and I really enjoyed the MLS's back tournament in 2020. But this one is right there. And what's even better is that we actually have fans in the stands in these tournament, unlike in the MLS's back tournament when it was basically played behind closed door and was literally played at a soccer complex rather than at these MLS stadium. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you like, smash the subscribe button, and yeah, I of course will see you guys next time.